Amira, I think you're next.
What's up? And I am back, y'all, and I am pleased to announce that we have the legend himself, the man behind the Fugees, the fourth member of the Fugees. He's been the man behind, let's see, Justin Bieber, Shakira, Lupe Fiasco, the list goes on. Grammy Award winning producer, Mr. Jerry Wonda. What's up?
Not much. I'm happy to be a part of this movement we got.
I appreciate you taking your time out to come to Nonfiction. On behalf of the team, I want to thank you for coming. Let's get this man some water real quick. You know? So I got some questions I do want to ask you in the meantime, because I did a lot of research on you for the last couple of days.
Please, I love that.
Yes, so I definitely want to talk on some different topics of that nature. So I'm trying to figure out where to start, but I thought the best place to start is the origins. It's Nonfiction. We talk to a lot of underground artists, and I know that's my primary, audience. I want to be able to inspire them. So from my understanding, you were a self-taught musician that started playing instruments at 14. Now take me to that moment that you just knew that you wanted to work in the music industry and take it serious at this point.
Well, I hate to tell you that the sad news, I never thought I was gonna be in the industry when I first started playing the instrument. I got introduced to a guitar, and I started playing the guitar, and I was like, it's cool. And somebody said, there's something called a bass. I said, well, it's a bass. It's like, well, the bass got 4 strings. It's like the smart one. Like, you don't know about a bass? And I went up, my mom, I got that bass, and I touched it, and I felt so good. And I remember playing that bass, and I just know when I played that bass first time, there was a girl that said hi to me. I was like, oh my God, when we little boys like girls, like, oh, you mean I could get girls if I play the bass? Yeah, that's why I love your interview, right? So, and that's what got me into the music. Then I was in Haiti when I was 11, 12, and I got lucky. My family sent for me, moved to the U.S., and my dad was like, live in Brooklyn, and said, no, you're going to New Jersey, and send me to New Jersey, which it was send me to his sister's house. That was Wyclef's mom. So me and Wyclef were first cousins, and that's what this whole movement started. So I didn't know I was gonna be in the industry. I was just a musician, and I didn't even know what the production was either. So when I first got to the country, and then I got to build a booger basement in East Orange, New Jersey. And that's where everyone used to go, from Queen Latifah to Redmond to, what's the name of that? Outsiders. Yeah, I don't know if you know. Outsiders was a part of, even Eminem was a part of the Outsiders. Yeah, they were heavy hip hop. They're like the Wu-Tang of Jersey. They were dope. And that's what got me to the booger and got me to learn how to produce. And I went to school to be an engineer, and the engineer thing didn't work out for me that well, because after school, and that's when the Fuji, I got to be a part of the refugee camp that we created. Wyclef, Lauren, Praz, and the rest of the crew, John Forte, and we had everybody. Akon was a part of the, believe it or not, I hope you know that Akon was a part of it too. Yeah, so that's when, but I was lucky enough to build that studio, and to build that studio, and that place till today is a spot in East Orange where later on we were everybody. But that's my start. I could keep going. There's a lot. We're gonna
keep on going.
No, trust me. There's so much more. That's really how it started for me.
Okay, so from that start, and I know that you came from Haiti. How were you able to merge that native sound, with Americanized hip hop? Because you were like one of the trailblazers for hip hop. And hip hop wasn't even mainstream as it is to its capacity now. So how were you able to put your foot in that place of hip hop? That was still growing.
Well, the first thing for hip hop for me It was when I built a studio, I had to create making beats for freestyle because I didn't have money and was really poor. So I had to make beats to sell $50, $100, and to me it was I had to make a beat and then sell it. But everybody was rapping, so I had to do the beat, make sure it's right. So that's how I started the studio, and then I got lucky. I got lucky in the sense that I got to work with Cannabis. I did second round knockout. You remember that song? I don't know if you're into hip hop. That's me on the bass and that my SP1200. I did all them stuff. But really, man, it wasn't that hard for me because I didn't know what I was doing. When you don't know what you're doing, you actually sometimes it's better. Because when you know too much, and it's the same thing today. People just knowing too much, so it's hard to create a great record. Back in the day, nobody cares. People would just do whatever your feelings, you go how you feel for the day, what's the struggle, and that's what music, So at the end of the day, it wasn't hard for me to say, oh, okay, I'm making a hip hop, and okay, well, we need to put a little melodic on it because someone had to sing the hook. For example, the Fugees, what made the score was different. It was the fact that we had hooks. Everybody used to be like, yo, 80 bars. But there's no melodic, and that's what I learned, over the days.
Well, my other question to you, that's definitely dope, and you're right. Like, I feel like hip hop was so effortless, and where did you find that sound, to be inspired by that sound that you had? I know in one of the interviews you mentioned that you had all these different drums and all this different, sound keys going on. So where did you find that inspiration? Like, waking up in the morning, just chilling,
Well, inspiration came from whatever the day was. But I just know, I'm a big fan of KRS-One, Dr. Dre, all the producers that are, Primo. Those are my friends. So I always I love cutting vinyls. I love going to find little sound, snares. If I listen to a song, I go break beats. And I used to create my own sound. Like I take a rim shot, I sample live drums, kick, and I put so much element into it and put it in my SP1200. And because the SP1200, I always say, they make that machine for hip hop. I don't care what anybody say. I will load an SP1200 sound right now. I make like 50 beats. And 50 beats and 10 minutes.
Wow.
50 beats and 10 minutes. Okay. That's why, and I'm talking about hard. And that's what it is for me. So inspiration, I'm on my way to the studio right now. And I'm working with Joey Badass. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm doing. So that's where I am. And that's the zone that I would do a Miguel, then I do Mary J. Blige. I'm on everything. Then at the same time I'm in Africa, I'm in India. I'm in Haiti. You know what I'm saying? So there's no different music for me, and I listen to everything. And I'm a great musician. I'm one of the top bass players, for real. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I love making beats. I love doing songs. It's my feelings, my best friends.
So talking about beats, talking about these songs, and you talked about the sonic.
Oh my God.
The sonic, and this is something I caught, from you. The music, it's all about the sonic. If you don't have sonic, you don't have a vocal hit.
Well, it is real. I always tell people, man, people listen to a song, sometimes you don't know why you like a song. Sometimes it's lyrics, or sometimes it could be a bass line or keyboard, but it's not cooking. You know how when people cook and they're like, it's like that little pepper right here. Not to myself. Oh, look at this, look. It's music. Sometimes there's sound in the songs that as producers sound, little sounds we put in the song, people can hear. You feel a certain sound, but you can't hear a certain sound. And as a production, as sonic with some sound, you gotta know a background. Let's say if you was working, with Lauren Hill, or I work with people like Miguel, those artists, they would do background, like almost like 20 tracks, 40 tracks of backgrounds. If you really put the vocals all on the front, you will have a stadium. You'll be like, what is that? But the way it is, some of them are supposed to be all the way back with a nice little verb and the snare, the layers of the snare, the layers of the kicks, you know, all that's on the bass line and every instrument. I could produce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. I would have all y'all play a sound, the level, how do you really sit down, listen to every sound, you know, and what level, where they sitting. This one sit here, the other one sit there. That one, we don't want to hear it, we want to feel it. It's just an effect, it's a little delay, a little verb. So I take that very personal when we say sonic. Because sonically, not everybody use sonic. They just go, oh, that's the sound, that's out. Who cares? So I'm very picky on that.
Definitely, as you should be, you know. Like I said, before you had all these drums, you said you sampled or cut all these drums from different vinyls. Talk about vinyl real quick, because I love vinyl. I love my thing. Like, what's your favorite vinyl album?
Oh my God. You know my favorite vinyl is a vinyl called Burning Spirit, a reggae artist live in Paris. Reggae.
Wow.
And my other vinyls is it's a Miles Davis that I love. I love the I'm very picky with vinyls because you know I start collecting and I have a nice little amount of vinyl now. And when I go home, I don't listen to MP3s. I just put my vinyls on and I connect that somehow. I connect my vinyl player straight into my UAD and I could sample right into my MPC or my SP1200. I'm giving y'all techniques. I hope somebody using that.
I had to break it down for some of our listeners out there. Think about some people's head up there. Like, what?
Let's go. Because if you get them too, but we're not going to go there. Let's get
going. Let's go to the interview.
Yeah.
We're going to toll up.
Yeah.
All right, so producer, sir.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to take that route instead of the artist or just the frontman in that situation?
I remember when we go back again when my dad sent me to his sister's house, which is Wyclef's mom, my aunt. It was me and Wyclef now. He was on the guitar singing, and they said I'm on drums or bass. So it used to be just the two of us. We go to a club and like, yo, Jimmy, there's some girls in that church show. Yo, I'm going there tonight. I'm going there tonight. And here we go and say, yo, I'm on drums. Yo, I'm telling you, in the beginning it was music for girls, man. I'm like, yo, we're going to that church. Like, I was at 7 o'clock, because we couldn't leave the church daytime. I was in church daytime. We had to play. We was a band. But nighttime, we was free to just go to another church, because we don't have night service sometimes. So that's what music. You know what I'm saying to you? To me, I never wanted to be a singer. I love the fact that behind the scene. And even when I did, you know, every record, Wyclef would be like, Wyclef and Jerry Wonda, it's the two of us create the record. And I go somewhere. For example, I remember I did a song, boom, 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 Maria.
Maria.
You know that? I did that.
Of course I know.
You should yeah. You do my theme music. You know, no, sorry.
Give me the studio running things.
Running things, yeah, let's do it. DJ Attack! There was a studio called the Hate Factory on 54th. And one day, me and Clive, we finished doing, I think we was working on My Love, Your Love for Whitney Houston. Yeah. And we finished, and I went, I left the studio. Clive got in his car, and I told my driver, you know, I don't feel like going home. I'm gonna go to this bar and get a couple drinks, and I stay out the studio. And of course, I went, and I'm walking by, and I heard, boom, I'm like, oh shit, my song played up, and I went there, and the bounces, I'm like going in, and he's like, where you think you're going? I said, no, I'm just going there for a drink, and I love this song. He's like, yeah, I love this song too, but go in that line right there. And somehow, Wyclef passing by and saw me talking, said, yo, Jerry, tomorrow, I forgot to tell you, 4 o'clock, blah, blah, blah. And the guy said, you know him? I said, yeah. I said, that's my cousin. He's like, your cousin? what's your name? I said, Jerry Wonda. I said, why you didn't say stuff? Go going. See, as producers, we don't get a lot of credit. It's all about the artist. So singing was never my thing, but I love my position. It's a behind the scene thing. Like we produce the record, we make the record. It's like Quincy Jones. You know Michael Jackson first before Quincy. Over the years, you know Quincy. But earlier, everybody, yo, Michael, but the producer was Quincy.
Right.
You know, the Quincy Jones and the team. So that's me. I'm at a level now where I start, I'm doing a lot of things, and people saying, start seeing my face now. Yes, if you didn't know, now that's the real Jerry Wonda. Yeah, so that's what it is.
So you mentioned Quincy Jones, and you mentioned that it's like one of your inspirations. Like, let's talk about that. Like, he inspires you, as well as Bobby Marley, other people of that nature.
Well, what I love, if you go on my website, you see Jerry, I don't know, Bobby somewhere. Quincy Jones is, I always say Quincy is like my mentor. You know what I mean? I have a picture with him. When I shake his hand, I was shaking.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I remember, I forgot, I think we was in at a show somewhere in the island or in, I have a feeling when I was in Irish, that's when I first met Quincy. And what I love about him, man, he was a maestro. He was a great musician, a great producer. And he wasn't singing, you know what I'm saying? Like, he loved putting together. I'm a chef, I love cooking, I love, music. I love cooking the music part. I'm a chef of music, and he's one of the idols that I look. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So I don't have that many of them, but he's definitely one of the top.
It's definitely a top one, good one to have, So let's switch gears real quick, yo. Let's talk about your accomplishments. You received 3 Grammys so far.
Yes.
And tell me about when you got that news that you received your first Grammy nomination. Like, what was going through your mind? Were you crying, dancing, praying, like partying? Like, what was like that whole situation about? Like, when you first found out, like, I got a Grammy nomination? Like, for my music?
What's so sad about it? I didn't know what it was.
Are you serious?
I wouldn't even know. I just know Grammy. Okay. Grammys, we got the Grammys, we got to perform. I was with the Fugees. I was like, wow, okay, great. I wasn't like, because my second Grammys, and the third one, but the first one, I really didn't know what it was.
Are you serious? Wait, so we're backwards to South?
Yeah, I didn't know what it was the first time. But yo, we got a Grammy. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Yo, let me keep going. Let me work with Lauren. Let me chop samples with Lauren Hill. You know what I mean? Miss Hill, let's go. Let me just chop it up. Sweetest thing. I probably was doing the sweetest thing song with them. But it was great. I just knew it was something good. And I know the lifestyle changed a little. I was getting a little more money. I wasn't a busboy anymore. I wasn't a waiter anymore. I wasn't playing and then getting, $50, anymore because I was getting more. So that's why I know the lifestyle was different. Besides that, it didn't mean nothing that much to me. But creating great music, watch people dancing, and I play with the band. We had a great band. The only thing that's my man, one of my friend named Johnny, that one of my best friends, I didn't want to leave the band, but Johnny was the drummer, left, and I wish always wanted him to be a part of the thing. He was the plumber. I was the boy. Wycliffe was working at Burger King.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you real talk. And this year's the 20 years anniversary of the Fugees. Yeah, it was really, the Fugees really opened doors for everybody. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, from Lauren to Wycliffe to Praz, Praz was living at the studio, you know what I mean? And Wycliffe, everybody was living at the studio. And that's why I make it great, Lauren to start the studio, go do Sister Act, and actually start the studio, and we just create music. It was all about the music part of it. So it was never about, Grammys and none of that. It was, for me, it was like, man, I'd love to. I'm not a beat maker. I'm a producer. Because you know, there's a big difference. Somebody could get a laptop and make a beat or even become a singer, but they don't know how to produce.
Right.
That's one thing I learned over the years, working with so many great people. I learned. So when you come to see me, I will have something for you.
Oh, for me?
Anyone. If you could sing, if you want, you could do 16 bars. I'm gonna give you something that match you.
I can rap a little bit.
Hey,
Just kidding. Joking. Yeah. Nah. What else do you want to have on those tables up?
Oh, please don't say that. You know what would be sad? Is after you come by the studio and you get beat up on the domino so bad and you gotta come to the radio, and guess what? I don't have to be invited for that interview. I'll be knocking on the door saying, I'm here. But you'll be like, because I'm gonna tell your listeners.
You want to tell all my listeners right now?
Yo, this is up. It'll be like, yo, and I'm gonna try to record you a little, some kind of like, play from my phone.
I know you a prankster over there. You're not gonna let me live that one down till I beat you, huh?
Oh, Chess. Chilling here on Nonfiction Radio, chilling with my girl Amira, the spill, attack, Jerry Wonda. You know what it is?